Hello and welcome back to the PowerKPIs Getting Started course series. In this session number 8.2, we will learn how to work with date fields, particularly with DATEPART. Let's get started. Our current PowerKPIs view shows our monthly sales across our subcategories, and it currently still uses the DATETRUNC option to display the different months. The goal of this video is to create a KPI view showing rolling 12 months versus a last year comparison using DATEPART. As mentioned in the previous video, we typically recommend to use DATETRUNC as it is less error prone. But in some cases we might want to use DATEPART for different reasons. For example, if other dashboard elements also rely on DATEPART. However, we cannot simply change the date format as it would lead to false aggregations of our sales values. Let me give you a quick demonstration of what I mean and how to fix it in a new worksheet. Right now, the setup that we just saw in our PowerKPIs visual is more or less this. We've got our sales values on rows and our order date on columns. And then we are using the DATETRUNC for months, and we will switch to a bar chart. We have got plenty of monthly values spread across multiple years. Now if we change this to the DATEPART format, the bar chart suddenly looks like this. We are only left with 12 bars, one for each month in a year. And if we pull order date on colors, we can see why this happened. Every single month of each year has been aggregated, which is a typical pitfall when using DATEPART for your dates. In this setup, it is impossible to create a rolling 12-month analysis versus last year, as all the years are put together. In order to break this up, we need to work with a calculated field, which we will later use as scenario for our PowerKPI setup. I've already prepared this calculated field here, it's called period. This calculation always takes the most recent order date in our data as reference point. Dates from the last 12 months are marked as current year, CY. The 12 months before that are marked as last year, LY. And anything older than that is grouped as other. If we now use this calculated field and pull it in front of our months pill, we can see that we have successfully divided our current year, our last year, and the remaining values. Since we only need current year and last year in this example, we can also exclude the other category. Now what happens if our latest month in the data set is not December, but it is somewhere in the middle of the year? To quickly simulate this, we can simply grab the mid-year context filter pill that I've already prepared and pull it into filters. We set this to true and apply it as context. This context filter cuts out all the order dates after March of 2026. Now let's just focus on our current year for a minute. We can see that we've got the sales values from January to March from the year 2026 and the sales values from April to December from 2025. Ideally, to have the right chronological order, it should be April to December from 2025, and then after this, January to March from the year 2026. However, Tableau applies this order as it only pays attention to the monthly values because of the DATEPART format. It does not respect the associated years. To achieve the right sorting, we can apply another calculated field. I've already prepared the calculation here. This calculation determines how far each order date is from the most recent order date and gives numbers from 0 to 11, where 11 is the most recent month and 0 is the furthest away. To apply this sorting logic, we can simply click on our months pill and click on sort. And in here, we select sort by field and select our sort pill. Set the aggregation to average and close the window. We can now see that the right order of months has been applied. We are starting with April to December from the year 2025, and then following this we've got January to March from the following year 2026. And we can use this exact setup for our PowerKPIs extension. So let's move back to our original worksheet. First, we change our date pill from DATETRUNC to DATEPART. Second, we can apply our sorting field as we just saw in the other worksheet. And lastly, we can use our period pill to create our current year and last year's scenario by simply pulling it onto detail. The extension automatically realizes that there seems to be a scenario pill, so we can just choose the option here. To finalize our visual, we need to determine the proper roles for the charts and the numbers, because as we can see right now, we've got our current year sales down here, our last year sales here, and this is most likely our other category. To check this, we simply head over to the configuration menu in the top left of the canvas and open the Configure Visualization dropdown. Down here, we can see the 3 different scenarios that we created using our period calculation. Since we are only interested in taking a look at current year and last year, we do not need the other category, so we can simply get rid of it by setting it to none. Our current year sales should be our main value, so we set this up accordingly. We click Save, close the configuration menu, and we are done. We have successfully created a rolling 12 months KPI view with a versus last year comparison using DATEPART. In the next video, we will learn how to configure date formats and control values with period flags. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and a comment and consider subscribing to our channel.